DPV. I'm Josh, and today we're doing something a little bit different. If you're new here on this channel, we build stuff and we like to work on cars, do fun things with our rigs, go wheeling, that kind of stuff. This episode's a little bit different. We're still going to be building, but it ain't automotive. Back when I was a carpenter, it was a lot easier to stay in shape because lifting heavy just meant, packing lumber, packing form panels, climbing the forms, wearing 40 pounds of tools all the time, swinging a hammer. But now that I'm a pharmacist and sit in a desk for 10 hours a day, kind of have to come up with different ways to beat up my body. So today we're going to do just that. We're going to build some farmer handles. If you don't know what farmer handles are, by the end of this video you'll know. You can also do a quick Google search. So basically it's like kind of a piece of strongman equipment. We're going to use this 6x6, hack it in half, and then fab up some handles using the WeldPro MIG 155. So let's get after it. The ends so they look cool. Alright, so the basic woodworking part is done. I may put some pieces of 2x6 block on the ends. That way when the weight's real heavy and I'm carrying, I gotta set it down hard, it doesn't destroy these, it just messes up some little skids on the bottom. Now we're gonna fab up some handles for the middle. For that I've got an 1.25 DOM. It's going to make the grip a little bit harder than a traditional 1-inch grip, but that's kind of the purpose of farmer carries also, is to train your grip. I've got big hands. I think 1.25 inches is going to be good. And then the uprights will just be out of this flat bar. That's big enough to drill a hole through to put that DOM. I've got some 1/8-inch plate here to cut a plate to drill the lag screws through and lag it to the 6x6. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do with these handles is, instead of drilling 4 holes with the hole saw, I'm just going to drill 2 holes, and it'll basically create like a saddle that this will set in, and it'll just be welded on the bottom side. And I think welding on both sides of the flat bar should be able to get it strong enough where I can hold a substantial amount of weight without that pulling off. And it'll cut down how many holes I got to drill and number of cuts total. So what I'll do is measure the height I want to center line of the handle, mark for my hole. I can drill that, and then when I go to cut it, I can just cut right in the center of the hole, and then my other length on both these flat bars. So it'll just be 4 cuts total and 2 holes. these all cut and cleaned up. So now I'm going to drill for my lag holes, all four corners. Alright, so now I've got all the pieces cut for the handle portion. The next thing we gotta do is just weld this stuff together. I'm gonna set up my little magnetic square, hold these up just like that. And then these will fit just like that, and you just gotta weld it all up. Something like that. Gonna be good. Off, I'll clean up all the welds with the wire wheel. Should look pretty good. Nice and hot. That's just gonna go right there, just like that. Sweet. All right, I'll get the other one welded up real quick. All right, I'm both welded up. This one I got cleaned up with the wire wheel, and it looks great. The more I use this little welder, the more I just love it. It's pretty freaking sweet. And something I never really thought about with the fab table, not that I knew that you could just ground to the fab table, but I never thought about how nice it is to be able to just ground to the fab table instead of having to ground to your work. My old house with the shed had a wood bench, and so I always had to hook the ground up to the work. It's so cumbersome to do that. It's so nice to be able to just hook your ground to the table and weld. So you should build the fab table. They're sweet. I'll link that video right up here. Got the handles on, broke the lags off on this one, so I had to scoot it forward, and then I ended up breaking another one off, even with pre-drilling, so that kind of sucks. So I may need to cut another 6x6, or maybe scoot it backwards and try it again. But anyway, that's all I got time for today. I'll be back in a couple days to put away to load this thing. So we're going to bend some plate around here and put a 2-inch pipe off so we can stack weighted plates on there. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go do some Christmas stuff. See you in a couple days. Alright, back at it on the farmer handles. Christmas was awesome. Hope you guys all had a good Christmas. I know it's only been like half a second for you guys from when I worked on it for till now, but anyway, Christmas was great. I hope you had a good Christmas. So during the few days in between when I was working on the farmer handles and now, I edited the first part of this video, and I am so sorry for the terrible, terrible audio. This GoPro I've had for a while now, and I think I don't know what I did to my Rode microphone, but it's having some issues. But the good news is we just had Christmas. My wife was very, very nice to me. Check this out. On my GoPro, my wife got me the Sony ZV-1. So I am so excited for this thing. The audio is so much better. It's very user-friendly, but I am still learning how to use it. So pretty excited for the upgrade. Should really help out the videos. So I'll still use the GoPro here for some things, obviously for like mounting on the Jeep, or when I'm welding, I don't necessarily want to fry this lens and stuff. So, but yeah, the video I did for New Year's Eve, I did on this camera, and I realized I'm still doing it now, but I forget to look at the lens. I'm looking at the little viewfinder on the side, and you can totally see that my eyes are off to the side. So yeah, it's gonna take some getting used to. So anyway, enough babbling about my camera. Let's get on to these farmer handles. What we got to do next is bend up some plate, cut and bend some plate for the ends here. So I want a plate that goes, bends, and it'll put the lags here and here, and then there'll be a pipe coming off the 45 to set the weights. Also, I am making some weight plates out of concrete, so I'll have a video on that soon. They're the first batch is setting up now. It's about 160 pounds total here, so I'm not sure what. I'll make sure that I'll weigh them all. I don't know what they weigh now. I'm guessing somewhere around 50 pounds and 30 pounds, but we shall see. These are just under 16 inches in diameter, and those are about 10 inches in diameter. It's just a 5-gallon bucket, and then some oil drain pans that I found at the local hardware store. So anyway, let's get to cutting some metal. All right, so I think what I want to do here is go 2 inches there, and 2 inches around on each side, and then this span is about 2.5 inches. So I need about 6.5 inches. I think I'll go 6 3/4 to give myself a little bit for the bends. We'll go 5 inches wide, and the reason why we'll do that is this is 20 1/4. So taking cuts into consideration, we'll have just enough. And then so I'll just cut 6 3/4 down this way, and then cut my 5-inch pieces the other way. Got all these cut. Now gotta bend them. So how we're gonna do that, I'm gonna clamp it to the table right where I want to bend it, and then I'm going to clamp another piece of metal on the top of the metal that's hanging out. That way when I pull down on this to bend it, it doesn't like bow in the middle, or we're basically just trying to make the table a break. I'll clamp a piece of metal right here that sandwiches this to the table, and then clamp another piece of metal here that will stiffen this up so hopefully it bends right where I want it. That's the plan, hopefully. Here goes nothing. Not too bad. I just got to mark out the next bend right down here and do it all again. Alright, not too bad. It's a little rocky, but this is thin enough that I think the lags will actually pull it in. I could beat on it a little bit more, but just like that. Actually fits better that way. Oh, that's how it's supposed to go. I wonder if it's better. So, alright, so I'll go ahead and make 3 more of those, and then we'll cut our pipes. Sweet. Got all these pipes made, so now just weld them just like that, and then that'll bolt on like onto the end of the farmer handles. Should be able to stack, you know, 3 or 4 plates on there. Not sure I'll ever get to that level of strength, but I'd certainly try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these welded up. Alright, I think they look pretty freaking sweet. Check this out. I don't even think I'm going to paint them. I bought paint, but I kind of like just how rugged they look. The raw metal. I don't know. Yep, now I can add weight on the ends and do farmer carries, trap bar deadlifts. Should see how much they weigh. Let me go grab a scale real quick. Alright. What I'm wearing now, 226.6. Here we go. $268.2. So those are 42 pounds. Let's try this one. Oh, this one feels heavier. It's a little bit. 270.6, so This one's 44 pounds. All right, so they're a little uneven, but that's all right. Got one that's 42 pounds, one that's 44 pounds, and got some concrete weight. So let's load them up and see how it feels. This is like a 200-pound deadlift. Oh yeah! That's your 8 pounds on the back side to balance it out. Yeah, baby! That's gonna work real good. I'm excited for this. So there you have it, guys. Do-it-yourself farmer handles. Now I just gotta make a little bit more weight. So as soon as the concrete weight video is available, I'll link that right up here, so you can check that out. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find weight plates right now, especially on like Craigslist. Nobody's getting rid of them, and when they are, they think they're worth gold. So let's make them out of concrete for now. So anyway, 2021, getting swole with some farmer handles. All right, thanks for hanging out for kind of a weird episode, you know, building some do-it-yourself fitness equipment. But I really think that everybody should, you know, engage in some sort of strength training activities. It's good for your life. It will help you when you're old to have some, you know, meat on your legs. It'll help you when you're doing your hobbies, you know. Sometimes, especially in this wheeling business, man, you gotta have some strength out there on the trail when you're, you know, digging your rig out or trying to, you know, move boulders so you can actually, you know, navigate a trail and stuff like that. So strength training is really important. That way you don't hurt yourself when you're out doing your fun things. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. We'll see you next time.